Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're taking a look into the mind of an 18-year-old who's been brainwashed by the liberal media and Black Lives Matter, and probably the Young Turks. Let's take a look at Queen Tay's video simply called White Privilege. Let's check it out.
I don't even know what to call this because it's technically not a story time, it's more of a something happened and I want to talk out my feelings about it with you guys.
Telling us about the time something happened is a story time.
But I want to talk about white privilege because I feel like it's not talked about as often as it should be, especially on YouTube.
What fucking YouTube are you using? I hear social justice warriors talking about white privilege all the fucking time. It's on the vlogs and the news channels too. If anything, white privilege is talked about way too much here on YouTube, considering there are no actual privileges of being white, except the whitepeople.org newsletter, which does have a great crossword on Fridays. But besides that, nothing.
Some people who are quite uneducated feel that white privilege is either just totally not a thing, or it is something that was made up by people of color to excuse why they sometimes don't get as far in life as people that are white or white passing.
Actually, those two reasons are pretty spot on, Queen Tay. White privilege is not a thing, and it is used by minorities sometimes to rationalize their lack of accomplishments. Now's the time in the video where I think I have to say, this girl is riddled with white guilt. It's so bad she wants to be anything but white, despite her rather Aryan deep blue eyes and fair skin. Also, Tay-Tay's rocking a Bob Marley shirt, and she's got a dream catcher on her bedpost back there. She's a cultural appropriating hippie who is down with the cause. Fuck white people, am I right?
What? Donald Trump. White people, boy.
No. Goof. So today I had my very first reel where I kind of truly realized what was going on white privilege experience.
This should be good. An anecdotal story from a ditzy liberal hippie. Can't wait.
And I'm gonna get into that in a second. Me, Bree, and Haley were at the mall. We went to sushi. I'm sure you all saw. It was on Snapchat. It was on Instagram. Great day, whatever.
Sushi is a good choice because not only does it make you look healthy, it also shows this girl is down with Asians too. Shia, sayonara, saka. Oh, I don't know, that sounds racist.
So anyways, we were leaving. I was in quite a hurry because my parents had called and said that they needed me home right away. I was 30 minutes from home, so I was trying to get there as fast as possible.
Boring. I hope she gets to the point soon. By the way, I just noticed she has those Christmas lights in her room too, just like every other bedroom feminist ever. Nice.
There was a bunch of traffic. I wasn't paying attention. It was my fault, and I ran not a stoplight, but a stop sign, which I'm usually pretty good at stopping, and I have never been pulled over in my life, okay? I try to be a good driver, I try to follow the law as much as I can, and all of a sudden, while I'm still driving, I see these blue flashing lights, and at this point there is one car, okay?
Are you sure? One car? You look a little perplexed to me. Take your time. I mean, maybe even write things down before you film your video. Planning your videos out can go a long way in helping you not look like an idiot.
And so I look at Bree and I'm like, Bree, are they flashing at me? Like, do I need to pull over? And she's like, yeah, you should probably just go ahead and pull over. I pull over.
Pulling over or not shouldn't even be a question. A cop is behind you with his lights on. You obviously need to pull over.
Which I pulled over at a not safe part, which they told me as we were leaving. That was my mistake as well, but it was my first time getting pulled over. I've never experienced anything like this, like I said.
I think I know where the story is going, so I want to now note she has been repeatedly saying this is the first time she was ever pulled over. Being her first time, she doesn't really know how being pulled over is like at all, so she has no experience personally and no data scientifically. Pretty much nothing at all. And with that said, continue, Tay-Tay.
And the woman that got out was white, I would assume, or at least white passing, but I'm pretty sure she was white.
The race of the officer doesn't really matter here, but thanks for letting us know. She's white, or at least white passing. By the way, I hate this phrase white passing. She said it before and I think I know why. Queen Tay looks white. She says she's white passing though, because she doesn't want to claim to be white. She's probably part Hispanic or black and would rather get those minority points. Street cred. This is more tribal than that dream catcher back there.
She said, license and registration. I found my license, I could not find my registration, and she, I guess, had called in backup for whatever reason, and there were 2 officers that approached now.
I'm glad you can count, eh? I gotta admit, I was a little worried there for a second. And calling for backup is pretty standard for police and pullovers.
She said, okay, do you have insurance on the car? I said, yes, let me pull it up in an email because I, again, did not have my insurance card. I need to find it. I know I'm awful. I pulled that up, sat there and waited for about 10 minutes. And I was terrified. And I just kept looking at Bree. And Bree and I are both mixed. We're mixed in different ways. Like, Bree is white Native American as well as black, and I'm white and Hispanic.
Called it. She's not white, guys. She's mixed and very, very proud of it. This is also a good look into the girl's mind and thought process. It's pretty much all about race for her. Identity politics at its finest. Race is all these regressive shitheads talk about. They force it into every situation they can, like this girl with her pulled over story.
But we're still both mixed, so we kind of understand, but we don't fully understand, if that makes sense, because we're still slightly white passing. Bree obviously is not as white passing as me, but she's still fairly light, as am I.
You're fucking white, Queen Tay. Get over it.
And eventually, after must have been 20 to 30 minutes, they come back. The woman comes back and says, okay, this is obviously your first time getting pulled over. You're 18, you're a fairly new driver, so I'm gonna let you off with a warning.
This is good. The officer let you off and they told you exactly why they did it. You're 18 and a new driver. You don't have any visible weapons or drugs in the car. You don't look like criminals. You're just two cute girls who ran a stop sign by accident. Letting you off with a warning is perfectly within the cop's discretion here. I was let off the first 2 times I was pulled over when I was 18. And the outcome of the story has nothing to do with anyone's race in the situation. You could have been black, the cop could have been Asian or male. Everyone's races and genders have nothing to do with it.
I said, okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it. And she said, but you could have gotten 3 tickets today for, number 1, running a stop sign, which is crazy in my opinion, but it's the law.
What's crazy about that? I assume you think getting a ticket for running a stop sign is crazy, because saying you don't have to stop at a stop sign sounds really fucking crazy. And you should get a ticket for running a stop sign. That's perfectly normal and justified.
Number 2, not having your vehicle registration, and number 3, not having your insurance information. But it was the moment that we drove away when it really hit me, and Bree and I were talking about this afterwards. There were 3 factors. If number 1, we weren't maybe as white passing, or we weren't as fair skinned as we are, that could have gone a lot differently. Number 2,
bull fucking shit. Race had nothing to do with anything here. The only reason you think that is because you buy into this bullshit narrative that all cops are racist. They are not racist. And there are other races that are cops besides white people. There's black cops, Hispanic cops, Asian cops. There's no big racist conspiracy. The only thing things would have gone different in your pulled over story is if you girls acted different. If you would have not pulled over, for example, or if you acted sketchy or resisted the cops' orders, then shit could have went down, and it should have went down. Being calm and listening to the police orders isn't that hard. The people that get shot and taken down by the police are the ones that are acting a fool.
We were dressed fairly nicely, and I feel like it could have gone differently then.
Well, I feel like your feelings are not an argument, Queen Tay.
Not an argument. It's not an argument. It's not an argument.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
They're also fucking wrong. What you were wearing had nothing to do with it.
And number 3, we had a fairly nice car that we were driving, and I drive a Mustang, and it looks very appealing. Not bragging, but I'm just saying, it's a good car.
You are so bragging. This is humble bragging at its worst. And your car had nothing to do with it, just like your clothes. Cops don't see beat up cars and then immediately go and shoot the drivers. They don't rate someone's outfit and say, hey, you look like a 6 today, I'm gonna have to tase you. Your perception of the police is way fucking off.
So that was kind of our come to Jesus moment where we truly understood, and I truly understood for the first time, that I, being so white passing, really do have privilege, because there are people that are getting killed for trying to look for their license and registration.
Wait, stop. No one got killed for going for their license and registration. This girl is totally brainwashed by fake news and Black Lives Matter bullshit. I think she's hinting at the shooting of Philando Castile since this video was a few months ago. And Philando was reaching when the cops told him not to move. He also had a weapon on him and was a robbery suspect. He wasn't shot for going to grab his insurance.
And there are people that are getting killed for not having their insurance information, which I didn't have.
She believes people are killed for not having their insurance information. Just let that sink in for a sec. She thinks cops pull people over, ask for insurance, and then boom, shoot the person for not having it. Nothing else is the story, no context. The driver wasn't suspicious, reaching for weapons, or disobeying police orders. They were just shot because they were black and didn't have insurance. Boom, end of life. That's what this girl is trying to say here, and it's disgusting. And you know what? In her efforts to coddle the minorities and excuse their misdeeds, she's actually becoming the thing she's fought against. Queen Tay, you are the racist in this video. First, you're saying all white cops are racist and shoot blacks for no reason. That's anti-white racism. Next is the subtle racism of lowered expectations for black people. You give them no responsibility for their actions or life situations. You've stripped them of agency. By buying into the idea that black crime and poverty is the white man's fault, you've become a racist yourself.
And I feel awful because
you have white guilt. You feel guilty for being white, and it's kind of sad and unnecessary. You didn't own slaves just like I didn't fight the Indians. There's no reason for us to hold white guilt for other generations where we weren't even there.
I don't want to have that privilege, if it makes sense. I feel like we should all be equal, and I feel like there shouldn't be, and it sickens me to death, that there is some type of level of privilege that people get for the way that they look.
If you have any privilege at all, it's pretty girl privilege. It has nothing to do with being white. People are nicer to you and let you get away with shit like spewing racism. They let you get away with shit because you're cute, and most guys are gonna want to fuck you. And girls, well, most of your girlfriends are probably just as dumb as you are.
And it frustrates me because I feel like I don't have the ability to change it altogether, because if I could change it by the snap of a finger, I would in an instant. And
oh, Tay, you're so brave, so virtuous. I dub thee Queen Tay, the virtuous biracial snowflake.
It's just so upsetting to me that the world is so broken how it is, and we still look at people because of the way that they appear.
Well, if anyone in this story is looking at people and judging them by how they appear, it's you, Mother Virtue. Race is all you talk about. You're biracial, your friend is triracial, the cop is white, you got white privilege, cops shoot people because they're black. You're the racist accusing everyone else of racism. If you want to fix a problem, fix yourself first. Well, that's about it. Just a lot of virtue signaling in this one. This girl, like so many others we've seen on the show, Queen Tay thinks very, very highly of herself. But the thing is, she's helping solve a problem that's already been solved. We have equality in America, Tay. You're just not smart enough to recognize it. You've been sucked into the regressive mindset of fuck white people and black people can do no wrong and are victims of endless racism, and that's the reason for everything. Also, what the hell do you know about being pulled over? You said this was your first time, but all of a sudden you were let go because you were white? You know nothing, Queen Snow. What do you guys think? Is this girl experiencing white privilege or white guilt? Comment below, and thanks for watching a new episode of No Bullshit. See y'all next time. Well, you asked for it and now you got it. New shirts are out at the No Bullshit Teespring store. We've got the plain No BS shirt, the Bullhead shirt, and my new favorite shirt brought to you by a quote from Zara Larson. Get your Look at the Static shirt today. Links below or just search No Bullshit on Teespring. Thanks again, you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.